Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine, aka the Shade Butterfly. When I was a child, I didn't grow up on Studio Ghibli movies like a lot of my friends did. I remember I went over one of my friends' houses one day and all of the friends were talking about, oh my god, yeah, I remember watching Ponyo when I was younger and la la la, and oh my gosh, Spirited Away, that was my movie, blah blah blah. I never grew up on that stuff. I decided last year that I was gonna binge all the Studio Ghibli movies. A lot of people hold Studio Ghibli movies near and dear to their hearts. So I was like, oh, let me go see what this is about, whatever, what have you. Cool, good, great. So I saw all the movies. There may be a couple that I have not seen, but I've seen most of the movies. I've seen Secret World of Arrietty. I've seen Ponyo. Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. Spirited Away is probably my second favorite. I saw Totoro. You know, I binge watched most of the movies. But the only difference between me and my friends is that I saw all the Studio Ghibli movies when I was an adult, versus a lot of my friends grew up on these movies. So me binge watching them as an adult, there were a couple of things that I noticed and saw in the movies where I was like, that's weird. That's strange. Versus you know how when you're a kid, you just take whatever is put in front of you. If it's a movie, you just take whatever is given to you and you're like, oh, let me just watch this movie and yeah, somebody's a dragon or whatever. That makes sense. But whatever happens in the movie, you're just like, yeah, this makes sense because it's happening, so it must make sense. You know, when you're a kid, you just watch it, enjoy it, whatever. You don't think too hard about it. I saw the Studio Ghibli movies when I was an adult. So I'm analyzing them. I mean, I'm not analyzing them trying to find something wrong, but I'm watching these movies that are mostly made for children as an adult. So obviously there's going to be some things that I notice that maybe people who grew up on the movies that are my age don't notice or think about when thinking about these movies. That's an element of what I'm going to be talking about today, because I have a specific issue with Studio Ghibli movies. My main issue is the parents suck. Oh my gosh, they're awful. Most of them. Some of them aren't so bad, but we're going to get into that. An overarching pattern with a lot of Studio Ghibli movies. The adults are so, you're supposed to be the adult. What are you doing? Why is the child more capable than you? I'm trying to figure it out. I do understand that a lot of children's movies are made in order for the children to be heroes and to be the main characters in the movies. They often dumb down the adults in the movies to allow the children to shine more. I understand a lot of kids movies do that. I understand that. But to a certain extent, adults in a lot of these Studio Ghibli movies, they really make me want to punch them in the face. They're so incapable. They're so dumb. The movies that we're going to be looking at today are Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, Howl's Moving Castle, and Ponyo on the Cliff. Those are the parents who I'm going to be criticizing. I'm going to be looking at My Neighbor Totoro as a more positive look at parents in Studio Ghibli movies, because I kind of like those parents in My Neighbor Totoro. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. First movie we're going to freaking talk about, because I'm so passionate about how much I can't stand these parents. Freaking Chihiro's parents in Spirited Away. Oh my gosh, I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. Number one, soon as the movie opens, Chihiro is looking at her flowers, blah, blah, blah. They're going to a new house. As soon as the movie opens, the parents don't know how to get to the new house.
Wait, did I take the wrong turn? This can't be right.
So already, we're starting off with little to no faith in Chihiro's parents. Cool. Her idiot father, he decides, oh yeah, let me take a shortcut to the house and go down this dirt road, as if that even sounds right. Does that even sound right to you, sir?
I must have missed the turnoff. This road should get us there.
Honey, don't take a shortcut. You always get us lost.
Trust me, it's gonna work.
Does it look like there's a house down there? It doesn't make any sense. He tries to take a shortcut to get to their house down a dirt road. Does that sound right? Oh, he's so annoying and dumb.
Dad, I think we're lost.
We're fine. I've got four-wheel drive.
Then while he's taking the shortcut, he starts speeding through the woods. trying to kill your family? You don't even know what's up ahead. After just casually almost killing his family, he stops the car and then he sees the building. He's like, oh, this abandoned building. Completely forgetting that he's supposed to be looking for his house. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. Stay on task. His family in the car and he's like, oh, let me just look at this. Like, what are you doing? He sees a dark, ominous tunnel and he's like, you know what? Let me lead my family through there. Chihiro, being the only one with common sense in this family, is like, no, I'm scared. We don't know what's in there. Which makes sense. Like, it makes sense to not want to go into an ominous tunnel, right? Her mom was like, oh, just stay in the car. So y'all was going to leave her for how long? I don't really think it's a great idea to leave your child in the woods by themselves. That's just my personal opinion. Look at the stupid way the dad walks. These people love walking off without their child and just ignoring her. Ignoring the crap out of her and just walking ahead of her. God forbid you help her across while she's on the rock. They get into the clearing, all these abandoned buildings and everything, no sign of human life for hundreds of miles. As adults, y'all not thinking in y'all head like, maybe we shouldn't be here because no one else is here. Maybe we shouldn't be here as well. Like, maybe we're trespassing. By far, the worst lesson Chihiro's parents teach her in the whole movie is when they start sitting down to eat random food that they don't know where it came from. They don't know who made it. They're just like, oh my gosh, food. Like, wow, let me eat some of this. Why are you sitting down to eat and you don't know where this food came from? That is an awful lesson to teach a child. Their father's like, oh, don't worry, your daddy has cash, da da da. Here literally is like, we don't know where this food came from. Let's not eat this. And she's, what is Chihiro, like 10? And he's like, don't worry, we'll pay later or whatever. That's not really the point, sir.
Don't worry, honey. We can pay the bill when they get back.
Good plan.
Good plan? They're too busy stuffing their greedy faces to notice, their child walks off. Great parenting, guys. Honestly, when her parents turned into pigs, that was probably like the best thing that could have possibly happened for Chihiro. I was like kind of relieved. I'm like, oh, thank God. She doesn't have to be tied down to them anymore. It's supposed to be a bad thing in the movie, but they're pigs. They can't do much now. Can't hold her back anymore. Like, I was low-key living for it. Yes, please hurt them. They deserve to be smacked. Later on in the movie, Chihiro goes and sees her parents.
Don't you worry, I promise I'll get you out of here soon. Just don't get any fatter or they'll eat you!
Chihiro, that is so inspiring and really sweet, but please leave them. Please, save yourself. Leave them right where they are, right in the pig pen, where they belong. No! Chihiro, please don't go get them. Please, no! Chihiro, listen to me. Listen. You still have a chance to get out. Don't go get your parents, please. They're dumb. You're better off without them. So y'all really just found her again and y'all still walking away without her? Even if the time that they lost Chihiro wasn't a long time to them, they still thought they lost her. Y'all thought y'all lost her, but you're still going to turn your back on her and walk ahead of her? Please make a run for it while you still have the chance. I beg you. Run in the other direction. Run in the other direction. Jerks. Chihiro's parents, they were the worst. So I got them out the way because I was so passionate about it. So we're going to talk about some parents that are not necessarily super bad, but they just kind of maybe a little airheaded. Next are the parents in Kiki's delivery service. Kiki's parents aren't terrible parents in my opinion, but I don't know if I would have let my child do all the things that they let her do. I noticed that the parents are worried about her. They don't want her to leave.
Mom, it's a perfect midnight for me to leave home.
You mean tonight? Next month is what you told me.
Yeah, but the next full moon might be on a cloudy night, and I want to leave on the perfect midnight.
Huh? But Kiki...
Wait! I've decided to leave tonight!
You're going away?
Yeah, there's a full moon!
Well, yeah, but what happened to the camping trip we were supposed to take this weekend?
Sorry, Dad!
Kiki, wait, I
Could have been a little more firm with her. If you feel like she shouldn't be going, then she shouldn't be going. She's your child. You're allowed to tell her no.
Will you write us if you have the time?
If she has time, nah, sis. Call us as soon as you get off that little broom. I feel like the reason why they don't show their concerns that much is because this is their tradition for witches to leave at 13 and go off on their own and make their own way in the world. I feel like that's probably the reason why the parents don't show how worried they are as much as they could. Also, Kiki's mom is at least responsible enough to put her foot down when Kiki wants to take her own little broom. And the mom's like, no, I think you should take my broom that I know and trust.
Aim your broomstick.
May our little baby be well and have a safe trip.
I would have been right in my car, following right after that broom, looking up in the sky. They're not the worst Studio Ghibli parents by far at all. That's Chihiro's parents. They suck. Kiki's parents, I feel like they could have been a little more firm. One of the most selfish parents. No, she's the most selfish parent in all of Studio Ghibli's movies. She's the most selfish. Sophie's mother from Howl's Moving Castle. She's awful. Now I realize Sophie is an adult and she's capable of taking care of herself, but her mom still is pretty distant and pretty self-centered throughout the movie. I realize some of the characters were changed for the movie and the book, I believe, is a little bit different. I'm just analyzing Sophie's mother based on what I saw in the movie. The mother's first appearance in the movie, she seems to have just gotten back from some type of trip in a different town, and she like bursts into the hat shop, and she's just like soaking up the attention from the girls in the hat shop, flaunting her new clothes. We kind of already see that Sophie's mother is pretty self-absorbed in her first appearance, but the first indication that she's not really that great of a mother is she hears how terrible Sophie sounds through the other side of the door. She hears that her daughter is sick, and she just decides to go away.
Don't come in here. I've got a bad cold. I don't want you to catch it.
You sound ghastly, like some 90-year-old woman.
I'll just stay in bed all day, so you go on.
Well, if you insist.
Hasn't seen her daughter in who knows how long. Instead of going in to check on her daughter and make sure her daughter is like not dying, because she sounds awful, she sounds like a 90-year-old woman, Sophie's mother is just like, oh well, I guess I'll just see you later then, like, bye. Why would you not go check on your daughter if she seems sick and you haven't seen her in a while? Sophie's sister Letty seems to be way more concerned with Sophie and her happiness.
Sophie, do you really want to spend the rest of your life in that hat shop? I'm not asking what father would have wanted. I want to know what you want.
In her longest scene in the movie, Sophie's mother comes into Howl's castle after not seeing her daughter for who knows how long. She claims she's been searching for her daughter everywhere. She insults Sophie for appearing old. Why wouldn't you be taken aback by the fact that your daughter, who is obviously younger than you, she has to be, looks way older than you all of a sudden? That's just something strange. That's concerning. She's not concerned about her daughter's appearance. She just insults her daughter and the way she looks. Then Sophie's mother whines about how people have been blaming her for Sophie's disappearance, and she begs Sophie to forgive her. She only wants Sophie to forgive her so that she can feel better about herself. Sophie's mother has no idea where her daughter has been or who she's been living with. Instead of asking about her daughter's well-being and safety, or at least, finding out why her daughter looks 60 years older all of a sudden, instead, Sophie's self-absorbed mother announces to her that she's going to be getting married, as if anybody cares. Sophie's mother describes her new husband as nice and filthy rich. Then just when we have hope for this bimbo, we realize that she was sent there by Madame Sullivan to leave a peeping bug in Howl's Moving Castle. For a quick little second, we feel bad for Sophie's mom until we realize that she pushed her daughter into harm's way just so that she can get back to her new husband.
Forgive me, Sophie.
She's not a good person, and she's definitely not a good mom. So the movie Ponyo tries to paint Ponyo's dad as some kind of controlling, meanie parent, when really all he did, he searched all over for his daughter. Then when he realized she was taken by a human, he goes on land to go get her. What's wrong with that? As a parent, would you not go get your child? She's a child. She's very young. She's like 5. Goes and finds his daughter. There's really nothing wrong with that. Ponyo defies her father and insists on being with this human boy that she just met. Don't even get me started on the Little Mermaid effect. Ariel's goofy behind wants to abandon everything she knows for freaking Prince Eric, and she don't know not a doggone thing about this man. Same concept, Ponyo and Ariel, one and the same. And Ponyo's father and King Triton are both like, nah, humans are dangerous, you belong in the sea. And it's true. Both those statements are true. Humans are dangerous and you belong in the sea. Those are both true statements. Ponyo was 5 years old. Who would let a 5-year-old just, do whatever you want? I don't think Ponyo's dad is the jerk that the movie tries to portray him to be. Ponyo's mom, on the other hand, I don't know what the freak this lady is doing. What the heck kind of child rearing? Number one, she barely be knowing where Ponyo is at. I guess she's a little too busy being an ocean goddess or whatever the heck she does to be concerned with where her children are, but I feel like as a parent, that's probably should be your first priority, where your children are at and what they're doing. We're gonna need her to make a little more effort with her mothering tactics, okay? I don't totally know, but I feel like a lot of the reason why we're supposed to feel pleasant when we see Ponyo's mother is because she's an ocean goddess or whatever. And it's like, just because she's pretty, she's a very hands-off parent.
So what's your mother like then?
She's big and beautiful, but she can be very scary.
She's big and beautiful. Yeah, well, I guess that's all that's required for us to supposedly like her or something.
At last, she has finally come.
She has finally come. Where does she be at? Where is she at all the time?
You're going to be very upset, my dear. Ponyo got into my elixirs and she has tasted human blood. Of course, it's all my fault, really.
Bro, how are you blaming yourself? At least you were there for Ponyo. You love a powerful woman, though. You're literally the goddess of the ocean, and you're gonna let your daughter walk around in that raggedy human body?
Listen, my darling, why don't we let Ponyo become human for good? We must test the boy. If Sosuke's love is true, Ponyo will be permanently transformed and the balance of nature will be restored.
But if his love isn't real, then Ponyo will turn into sea foam.
If his love is true, he is 5 years old. Y'all are asking a lot of a 5-year-old human child. If his love isn't true, y'all are willing to risk that and see your daughter die and turn into sea foam? Just a side note, because these people aren't the parents of the main characters, but these heartless butt munches right here. Forget the fact that they don't look worried at all that their house and all their belongings and maybe some of even their family members are probably sleeping with the fishes because the whole town was flooded. Forget the fact that they don't look concerned about that. Why does it not concern them that 2 little children are just floating around their little baby boat?
Hello, you two.
Hello.
Hey, that is quite a boat you got there.
I've seen you before. You're Lisa's little boy, aren't you?
The lady even knows Sasuke's mother by name. You know his mother by name, and yet you don't feel some type of emotion about the fact that he's separated from his mom?
Ahoy! Are any of you in need of assistance at this time?
We're all good here, but thanks for checking on us, Captain!
You encounter 2 children that aren't with their parents during a flood, but y'all are all good? To the lady who knows Sasuke's mother, like, what are you going to say if you see Sasuke's mom again? You're going to be like, oh yeah, he was just floating around the boat with some mystical fish girl. I mean, I don't know where they went after that, after we saw them, but I'm sure they didn't drown or nothing. Okay, now I will admit the father was like a major creep for this.
Wake up, Ponyo!
Shh. Be careful not to wake her. It's good to meet you, Sosuke. We've all been waiting for you. The old ladies, your mother.
My mother?
Won't you come with me and join them, Sasuke? Ponyo too. Come with me.
I wouldn't have trusted him popping up out that water like that either, to be honest. Now, as for Sasuke's mom, I don't really think she's a bad parent. I just really didn't agree with her leaving Ponyo and Sasuke in the house to fend for themselves. She doesn't know what could have happened to them.
Why, Lisa? You can't cross here! We've just gotten word! Looks like they're going to evacuate this side!
It's not mandatory.
You need to go back and seek shelter there!
Okay, but right now I need to get home.
Well, you can't cross here! Take the mountain road!
Hold on, kiddo.
No, stop! Don't do it! Watch out! Here it comes! Lisa, you gotta get out of here!
Could you love her if she moved between 2 worlds?
I love all the Ponyos.
Ponyo, Sosuke has promised to accept you as you are. Good luck, Lisa.
Thank you. I'll take care of her.
She could not wait to dump her kid on somebody else to raise. The very last movie I'm going to talk about, I'm going to try to put a little bit of positivity in this because I was criticizing a lot of parenting. I'm going to put in some parents who I think are good parents from Studio Ghibli film. Mei and Sasuke's parents and My Neighbor Totoro. The dad, he seems really awesome. He seems really fun. He encourages and supports his children's creativity. He also makes a game out of the children adapting to their new surroundings and their new house by giving them responsibilities that they can handle.
Hey, I need your help. It looks like somebody's hidden the stairs at the top floor of the house.
What?
Can you find the stairs and open all the windows up there?
Yeah! Wait for me!
He also makes the responsibilities fun for them. Seems like a really awesome parent. Sasuke and Mei's mother, she just seems like a real sweetheart. She seems very supportive and loving too. Also, she's just a lady that's trying to get better so that she can come home to her children. So that's the end of my rant / bashing of Studio Ghibli parents. Like I said before, I get that parents oftentimes in kids' movies are diminished so that the children can come out on top and be looked at as heroes to the children watching the films. I understand that. I get that. But I feel like some of these parents could have been a lot more capable regardless of how the children acted. Some of these parents could have been a lot better. And obviously they're written that way, so they're supposed to suck, but I just had to get that out because I'm pretty passionate about it, especially Chihiro's freaking parents. Like, oh my gosh. Thank you for watching me rant about fictional parents. I hope that if you grew up on these movies or if you even just love Studio Ghibli films, I didn't offend you too much. I doubt I did. It's just fictional parents. Like, how could I? If you like this video, please like it. And also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You can turn on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!